Yo, is that World of T-shirts? Yo, Josh. Josh. Wait, Jay? What are you doing out here drinking in the middle of the day?
I don't get paid enough for this shit.
You mean like YouTube?
I make $500 a month.
I mean, you did only get 40 views on that video that you spent 4 hours editing last time. It's definitely one way to make sure monetization stays disabled.
Disabled?
You know what, man? It might be time for you to just put the fries in the bag, bro.
Welcome aboard, sailors. Jayster here, and as I'm sure most of you gathered, seeing as your eyes were just blessed with that Scorsese-level intro, today we're going to be discussing the self-proclaimed King of New York City, Joshua Block, also known by his street name, WorldOfTshirts. Now at this point, I suspect a good number of you are thinking to yourselves, what could this charismatic / devilishly handsome young unk possibly have to tell us that we haven't already heard? And to that I respond, it's not what I can say about him, because chances are you already are more than familiar with his crash outs and drunken hijinks. No. Today, we're going to take a step back and analyze through an academic lens what exactly we can learn from the tragic and cautionary tale of Joshua Block about alienating the people who truly care about you, how fame can fuel narcissism to a breaking point, and maybe, just maybe even more importantly, discuss how we can apply this lesson to our own lives to become better people. Now, to show you what I mean, first we're going to have to travel back in time, a little over 2 years ago if I remember correctly. Now, back then obviously there was still a ton of people just trolling and dunking on Josh, but pretty often you'd see this second type of viewer, this one who actually felt bad for him and called out the ones laughing at him. These people, now known as saviors in the Blockverse, that is the World of T-shirts, aka the Josh Block multiverse, for those of you who have jobs unfortunately. And these people would say things along the lines of, oh, you're laughing at someone with autism, he can't help it, or even, he doesn't know what he's doing is wrong. Basically just saying that since Josh's ducks are ever so slightly out of alignment, that he's somehow not responsible for any of his actions, or the really questionable things he's done, including but not limited to stomping a fish into a fine red paste while cackling like an actual sociopath. Roll the clip, Jit.
Bash his brains out.
Swinging on and kicking multiple women in a drunken fury. And even getting a little extracurricular with the slur game on more than one occasion.
Fuck you!
Hey! But then, slowly over time, more and more people began to catch on that this guy is not just some poor, disabled soul who is gripped by the ravages of alcoholism. Clips like these.
Put the fries in the bag. That particular phrase bothers me. Because I know what put the fries in the bag means. It's basically calling someone broke.
Prove that? No, he knows exactly what he's doing and is more than capable of hiding behind a wall of pity. Now, if this still isn't enough to convince you that this genetic dead end is by no means someone you should feel sorry for, here's a screenshot. I'm going to layer it right here, of a text conversation taken by Josh's cousin whilst she was actually trying to remove him from the custody of this guy named Quinn, who was like Josh's go-to handler at the time, who was basically just taking advantage of him and using him for financial gain. For a bit of context, Josh used to live with his grandparents after the death of his mother, and since then he took up drinking and becoming a full-time content creator. He's largely fallen out of contact with them. And for a while, they were like constantly reaching out, trying to remove the bad influences from his life, like Quinn, and more recently, this human phallus known as Mr. Based. However, after being rejected time and time again, the account run by Josh's cousin that was trying to return him into the custody of family has been radio silent for about 2 years now, seemingly indicating that his family has finally given up, basically, and accepted that the captain is realistically going down with the ship within the next couple of years. And so, to summarize, World of T-Shirts has lost his entire family at this point through repeatedly pushing them away and lashing out. And even the number of saviors who used to be jumping to his defense in the comment sections are becoming a real endangered species around these parts. Sure, you might come across the odd duck still defending this odd duck. But they're usually new viewers who just don't really have like a full idea of context. But over the time, either they kind of fade away and give up on him, or join the dark side. The fact is, in a way, World of T-Shirts has become the perfect lol cow. Usually if there's someone on the internet getting a lot of hate and trolling because of the way they act, there's some part of you in the back of your mind that kind of pities them because you can see that they're struggling. However, Josh is so clearly narcissistic and disgusted by people he perceives to be lower than him, like minimum wage workers and minorities for starters, that he has basically given every troll under the sun, and the content farmers for that matter, the ethical green light to bully him 100% guilt-free. But Jster, I hear the average subscriber to the channel ask, that's all well and good type shit, but you said we learn how to be better people from all this. That I did, my treacherous twin. That I did. For starters, if someone close to you is seemingly offering genuine help and advice, even though it may not be what we want to hear at that moment in time, we owe it to ourselves to hear them out and give things a fair shake. Another pro tip I'll throw in there for free is to always drink in moderation, especially if you're prone to any sort of mental health issues, because the last thing you want to do is wake up one dark and stormy morning and see you pushed someone that you care about away. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my tale, the cautionary tale of Joshua Block, aka World of T-Shirts. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see ya on the next voyage. Yar.